Mr. Giddle likes to say you have to be 20% smarter than the equipment you're using. I'm struggling a little bit today with this microphone. My name is Devin Burr. I am an assistant band director at Eisenhower Middle School as well. And the next piece that we're going to play for you is called Rain. Thankfully, it's not a Beetlejuice type thing where if you play it enough, it actually starts. So we're very thankful to have the non-rainy weather for you so that you can enjoy live our piece that we're playing called Rain. We're going to do something a little bit different at the very beginning of it. It's called a soundscape, and it's a series of actions that I'm going to cue the band to do. And then I'm going to turn around, and I'd like for everybody here in the live audience or that's watching the live stream or later at home, watching with your family at home, to go ahead and participate. And I will show you the actions that the band's doing so that you can be a part of this piece as well. This is called Rain.
One of the joys of live outdoor performances is you never know how the outdoors is sometimes going to contribute to your music in unexpected ways. So the next song we'd like to play for you is actually a combination of two different songs, and both of them are written by our very own Mr. Scott Freeby, Director of Bands at both Manhattan Middle Schools. Mr. Freeby's been handling our remote students this year, and so we've had the pleasure of playing some of his music. So we're going to take two of songs and we're going to turn them into one larger piece for you to listen to. The first song is called Preacher Man, and it's from a project that was called I Want Freedom, the Story of the Underground Railroad. And so why would there be a song called The Preacher Man? Because the preacher man could move around and he could go from one plantation to the other. And while he was telling stories from the Bible, inside those stories were hidden code messages about the Underground Railroad. So when he talked about Moses, he could have actually been talking about Harriet Tubman. When he talked about the journey to the Promised Land, he could be talking about the journey north into Canada and freedom. So that's our first one. Our second story is, second song, it is also a story, comes from a project that was written for just last year. It was called 19 and 2020. The 19th Amendment turned 100 years old last year, and the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. This song is called It's About Time Women Had the Right to Vote. At this time, we would like to take a little time to talk to our elementary students who are getting to watch this video, either live stream or on tape delay, and say, we hope you're having fun. We have a lot of fun playing, and the really cool thing is when you're in 5th and 6th grade, you also get to join the band, and up here are a bunch of different instruments. So we're gonna break it down for you a little bit so we can talk about some of the different instruments you're seeing and you're hearing. There are 3 families of instruments up here. The first family is the Woodwind family. That family consists of the flutes, there you go, the silver shiny sticks. They are also the clarinets, which also include the bass clarinet. They're so worried I'm gonna forget somebody. They're right, but you know. Then we also have the saxophones. And then over here we have a mighty double reed section. We have an oboe player. So that's our woodwind section, and we hope if you're interested in one of those instruments, you think about joining the band next year. We also though have another family of instruments, and that's called the brass family. The slidey instruments you heard at first were the trombones. Oh, and we have such an awesome trombone section, and we need tons of them, so feel free to join. Then we also have the trumpets. They're awesome as well. And then for our super low brass sound, we have baritones. They're kind of like tubas, only a little bit smaller. And then the third section, the third family you hear up here, they're the ones who are standing in the back of the room all the time, doing very important things while they smack things with a mallet. This is called the percussion section. So you got to hear the bells, you got to hear the timpani, you got to hear the bass drum, snare drum, suspended cymbal, crash cymbals. We had a little bit of everything going on back there. And so if you are interested in those kinds of sounds, percussion might be the instrument for you. Here's the big thing, 5th and 6th graders, next year you get a chance to start a band instrument, and we hope you seriously consider doing it. You don't have to know anything about music. You just have to show up, willing to try, and we'll teach you everything you know. Music is one of those things you can do for your entire life. It's a lifelong experience, and we just hope you take advantage of the opportunities that are before you. Thank you.
Next piece we'll play for you is called Great Movie Adventures. It's a medley of 3 tunes from very famous movies, all of which have the music composed by the renowned John Williams. The first part of this piece is going to be the main theme from Star Wars, and then we'll also play the main theme from Jurassic Park, as well as E.T. the Extraterrestrial. This is Great Movie Adventures.
Once again, thank you guys so much for coming out this afternoon to listen to our performance. We have a couple of thank yous we'd like to give a shout out before we play our very last piece. And those thank yous are to the Manhattan High School audio and visual production team. Thank you so much for coming out and filming us and getting us to happen. We appreciate you. We also have to thank the Manhattan Municipal Band because they loaned us all their chairs and stands so we didn't have to bring any. So that was very, very nice of them. And of course, thank you to our administration who's out here in full force as parents and as administrators and supporting their band kids, and we really, 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 really appreciate it. Our last song is a march because marches are fun because as an audience, you get to clap along. This is called Mighty Might.